All right. So, as you probably know, if you're watching, gotten a new draft, and I'd like to give my thoughts about it. I played it overcharged. I just don't. I like it. I don't think the he currently likes it. So I'm gonna start by going off like the process of how we got to it, what I think we could have done better, what we should have tried, different things done to try to make the possible. I want to talk about the current draft. I'm gonna pitch my draft for season 11. I pitched it. I was told to throw it in this. Uh, Much easier to talking about it and like pros and cons this way to typing it up and typing up an essay. I'd rather just do a video. So we got the Mario Baseball Class PowerPoint. Right. This is the draft by Barfcar. All right. So the testing process. Currently, we don't do testing at all. Like, there's no testing. We don't test anything at all. I kind of feel like me and B Mills might have been the only people to actually test multiple drafts. We played 1-2-1-2 at overcharged, and then we did a couple. We did a side game of 4-9-5, and we kind of like talked about the drafts, different drafts of the way back after we did it. So we've kind of thought about and played different drafts. So I feel like I'm pretty qualified to talk on this and the draft. 4-9-5 is absolutely terrible. There's no reason even to go about it and talk about it. It was dog shit. But it kind of felt like we had to rush to make a decision about the draft. That we had to get it out. Couldn't have had a timeout from rank. Doesn't feel right. I mean, the highest player base going back for a reason. The Pianza League was popping off. It's not even like ranked modes. So I feel like we could have waited and not try to try to draft. And the big point I want to make is mentality that kind of popped up because that's what everyone thought 1-2-1-2 was the best like option and not like directly nerf Bowser by putting him night changes. So I think it just kind of ended up this is the best change. We don't touch Bowser. This is nothing in the base game, and we all kind of got um based into just going to Bowser. Right? That's just my personal opinion. You can agree with me. You cannot agree with me. It doesn't matter. That's just my thought on it. But going to my idea of what we could have done differently. Um, I don't know if anyone's played but Operation Health, where they took out rank, like they took out the new operators that were supposed to come out, worked on rank that was disabled off and on, to make sure like cheaters were gone, the sound bugs were fixed, just bugs in general were fixed. They took it off and made sure the game was better afterwards. So my idea was cancel rank. Um, or even shorter or longer if we think we need more time. We could work it out as the first. Uh, have the matchmaking bot assign random drafts, right? Or different nerfs and buffs. So one day you were like you could be playing 4-9-5, or playing 1-2-2, or 1-3-1, or whatever. Just make people play different drafts. We can have a ladder and whatnot if you wanted it, if you feel we need it, and to keep player retention or whatever. Or you can allow rerolls on the draft. I don't care. Like people are always allowed to gentlemen sort whatever they want. I don't care. We just would like data on what the draft is. Just please like let people know the draft. Like all it would take is just after a game's played, you just put it in somewhere. Or someone keeps track of it, goes through the day, and just like we have a mode that's season 9 testing or season 10 testing or Bowser, whatever. And we can pull it up in the bot and just track it and log it. Just display what was picked. We can go through it. I volunteered to do all this data if that's what it means to get the best draft possible. I'll do it. I don't care. And I don't Pokemon Showdown testing. You have to have play a certain amount of games, have a certain. That's not going to work for this. But we need. I feel like we should definitely like limit voting. You need to play the game to vote. That's the big thing. I don't care if you. I don't care if you're an old head who's played the game. You know the better. You have to play the game to vote. I don't want my rank being decided by someone who doesn't play the game. Like, this isn't a shot at anyone specifically. I don't care. Like, if you take it as a shot, you don't like me, whatever. It's not a shot at anyone. I don't care. It's not a shot at the board. It's not a shot at any player in particular. But you got to play the game to decide what's going on in ranked. That's my thoughts. That's end all be all. Like, this is kind of like uh someone who's never played football making rules for football. Like, that doesn't make sense. They wouldn't put you in charge if you don't know football. I couldn't go be the NFL commissioner if I didn't know the first rule about football. I couldn't, right? Like, if you don't play the game, you don't know the game, you can't. Like, I don't want you deciding what is going on for my rank. The current draft. Um, sorry. Uh, the current draft right now, it feels off. It doesn't feel right. Um, it just doesn't feel right. It for sure favors 2P. I don't need like the data. I don't even need to see it to tell you it does. It does. It feels that way. You get a lot more. You get your first pick on the top nine. You get five of the top nine. So, um, I just don't think it works. I don't like it. Current season 10 win rate is Bowser's at 40%, 47% wins. That's no elo filters. That's nothing done to it. That's just the raw numbers. No garden. It's the only like stipulation on that. That's the only like thing. Um, that's about where NBA pick rate or win rate with Bowser is. I think it's lower. It's closer to 46. That's rounded down for Bowser both ways. But that's 1-2-1-1. So we're seeing kind of the same win rate about it in a small sample size around the same. I probably a little less games per season. There's a lot of community backlash. No one really said it, but I feel like a lot of um the feedback on his um we would have rather just kept the draft than actually have something done if it's gonna happen. Like, I'm not speaking for the, but I feel like that's the take that I'm seeing a lot of. I would have rather just had nothing. Yes, we voted on it, but this is not what we wanted. We didn't want one. That's what I'm kind of gathering from everybody. So it just doesn't feel right. Like, what changed and what to change? 2P's defense is beefed up. Zamir White, the beefcake. Uh, 2P's defense got a lot better. Because that's what was its weak point, defense, and now its defense is cracked. It gets Madge Birdo, Yoshi Birdo. It gets one of those. It gets two of the best defensive pieces in the game for free, and 1P cannot take it. There's no perfect draft, so yeah. 1P struggles the most from what I can see. It doesn't get its makeup picks because it's always picks behind. They're two picks behind until the very end of the draft. So 2P's getting access to all the mid tiers too. They get they get five of the top nine, and they get their first pick of mid tiers, and they get all the mid tiers. Like, they get to pick Wario Mario first. Um they should get Wario and Mario. They can get Wario and Mario. Uh, because what it would be 2, 4, 3, 5. Who they'd get Walu, and then they get Mario or Wario, and then they get Toadsworth or like Noki or something. They just keep getting all the good characters that are in the mid tiers that 1P just can't get because they don't get to make a choice. They have to take what 2P leaves them. There's no choice. There's no choice. So my pitch is 1-2-1-2-1-1. Yeah, the Buffcat draft. 2P still gets 5 of the top 9. 1P gets defense. 2P loses defense. And 1P gains fringe power and can like actually make the chem work and gets like Noki and PM still. The cons of this, it's confusing. It's not tested, right? I have some sample teams made. I have 2 sample teams made. This is the one that I made in my head. Started with Bowser, obviously, boom, 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 and then they went Yoshi, Luigi, Madge, Birdo, Madge, Birdo, and then I went Boo, took Wall, and then Mario, Wario, which was my original thought of this is what's going to even it out here. That you lose defenders, and 1P gains 2 good defenders to even it out. And then like I don't value Toadsworth at all. I think I took Luigi next, and then Toadsworth, and then Bones, pitcher, yeah, best character available. It's whoever you want. Like you don't have Cam for PM. It's whoever you want there. I still think this favors 2P a little bit because you have like the clear cut powers and you still have a good defense. But 1P get a captain, get a good slap in Wario, good slap in DK, good slap with Edge, good slaps. Like you don't have a bad slap bat other than Pianta on this. So it's still kind of winning the same way. It looks closer to 1-2-1-1 drafts, but actually defense when they pick KB because they don't lose out on that. They don't lose out on Madge Birdo, Madge Yoshi Birdo. They get Yoshi Birdo, Yoshi Birdo, or whatever combination of those 2. They get that still. Their defense is a lot better to counter the slaps that 1P wants to go for, right? So it's gonna put more stress or more emphasis on this big guy right here at short. Donkey Kong's gonna have to be the deciding factor for this 1P. It's kind of what it was. The slaps are less important because look, second best third baseman in the game, probably best shortstop in the game, second best second baseman in the game, behind Yoshi only. Yeah, they have the 1 and 2 best middle infielders, and you have the best left fielder in the game. That's not Yoshi. All right. You have a copium wall jumper, right? But you also get corner defense on 1. 80. Who's the best catcher in the game? Right? Sorry. I forgot to move my. But over here, you get Mario and Toadsworth. It slaps good. Best right fielder. Like offensive and defensive. But it's the best fielder, but good corners, good infield, the fielder. Your worst position, yeah, but that's fixable, right? This is whoever you want. It doesn't have to be PM. I just took PM because he's like what the best character available, most like technically, if you want to look at it. So they both have good defenses. They both have their style of play that wins. You have the power on 1, you have the slap. Still the same way. But it feels more balanced. Like, again, it's not tested, but this looks and feels more balanced than what the 1-2-1-2 is putting out right now. And so we move on to this is a draft I did with Grump. I told him to draft normal, so yeah. Grump took the 2P. I took the 1P side. All right. So we started off with Bowser, Donkey, and then Bro, PD, KB, Madge. So I got Yoshi, Birdo, Boo, and then Grump took Wario, which is fine because the corner's already taken. So I followed up with Walu Mario. Grump took Luigi. Actually, Grump took 1P. I took. So Grump followed with Walu Mario. Now, obviously you could have taken Walu and pitched him on someone else to play second, but I don't like doing that. I don't like Walu pitcher. I don't think so. that's that. So obviously, I kind of threw the draft a little bit. So then, Grump followed by taking Noki. I took Dry Bones because I want LDSS and I want to sign Kitchleff. Or no, I took Luigi. I took Luigi after that. Noki, Bones, TW, Dixie. Yeah. Now I didn't get my fielder. It's the same thing that TP throw with of just what do you want to do with the corners because you can get Waldo too. But again, get Berto Wario. You still have a good offense, but you get Madge Berto, where you wouldn't be getting that with the 1-2-1-1 makes 2P bad because you're getting Madge, they're getting Berto, they're getting the Dino is the one. You'd be getting as what it was, but you can still be able to pick up Wallo. So the draft changes enough from 1-2-1-1, and it also balances out the defense in 1-2-2. Is what I'm thinking about. Again, not tested. I haven't tested it. We can test it. I'll run a community event this fucking weekend. I don't care. I want to make sure everything's tested before we put out stuff. That's what I want. So I've submitted this to the season 11 rule change. I feel strongly about it. And with my forum, I want people to watch this and kind of respond in their thoughts, and I'll respond back. I'll probably take the community for end of September. We'll finish this out before PSS starts and call it a day. I would like to test. I'd like to play it. I think it's an important thing to try. I'm so adamant about the test of the drafts. There's like I say we don't test, we don't do it. This is a major change to the test. But I'm also adamant about the draft cannot and should not change before the next NPSA. If it does show up, we need that data. We need the best players to show up, compete at a high level that's not just the rank. Rank bot doesn't mean shit. I'll say it over and over again. But I need the MPSS data of best players playing against the best players right now. I would like that data before we rush to any change. So again, I felt like the draft was rushed, and I don't want to continue this. I don't want to continue. Oh, the draft feels unbalanced. Oh, we don't like the draft. Well, let's do it. But again, we as a community voted for it. I feel like after seeing the options, should have had a no change vote because I would have voted no change. I didn't like anything that came out of it. 2P felt it feels great as a 2P, but as the 1P team, it does not feel good. I'll tell you that. And I was a 1P hater before, but I hate it even more. Like this is a game I care about. I play the game. I like the game. I haven't played it because I haven't been liking it, and this certainly did not help my feelings towards it. That's a me thing. There's nothing to do to make me want to play the game more or like it more. But that's just where I'm at. I show up to play NNL. I show up to play NBA. That's what I do. I show up to play those. I don't enjoy it, but I play them. I'm starting to get the point to feel where I want to play the game more, but the draft kind of, I don't know. I just don't know. The draft doesn't feel. I think that's the community consensus, but no one is really throwing anything out there right now. Play it out. I want to be the first on it because I think this is a good draft line. So I feel like this is a good line. I feel like this can from again. There's no draft, but I would love to hear everyone's thoughts on this. But that's pretty much all I got. I appreciate you watching. Surprisingly a lot shorter video than I thought it was gonna be. Thought I was gonna hit 40 minutes, but we're about at 20 now. It's probably gonna be under 20 minutes. So thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna post in forums. Please respond. Please give feedback. I want to discuss this. I want to try it. If anyone wants to play it, ping me. I don't care. I'll play it. I want to try it. I feel like this could be a huge step in the right direction. Thank you again for watching.